Hey guys, it's Melanie with Midnight Screaming. There's a trend that has been going around social media for the past month or so. Women have been posed the question, would you rather be alone in the woods with a random man or a bear? And most women, like myself, have chosen the bear because obvious reasons. I've seen a lot of different people have a lot of different reactions to that question, but this question got me thinking, what guys would I feel most comfortable with in the woods by myself if I could actually choose? So I decided to make a list. This is my list of real slash fictional men that I would feel perfectly safe with in the woods. Granted, I don't know if all of them would help me in the woods, like skill level of like survival versus could they fight a bear? I don't know. But this is my list of men I'd feel completely okay with in the woods. This is in no particular order, but I must say that probably the safest person to be in the woods with as a woman would probably be Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation. This man knows survival tactics, he is respectful, he is kind, he is no nonsense. Ron Swanson is a very respectful person. I think I might feel a little intimidated that I don't know that much about how to survive in the woods, but he would feel perfectly at home. He loves a good camping trip. He loves a good hunting trip. I would feel totally safe with this man. The next men on this list are a dynamic duo, Steve Martin and Martin Short. I don't think these two men could possibly survive in the woods, but I think they would make wonderful company. I'd feel completely safe with them. I would probably be extremely worried about them in the woods. I think all three of us would be flailing around trying to figure out, how do we get out of these woods? And if we encountered a bear, I can't say for certain that we would survive, but they would certainly keep me company in the woods, and I would be very grateful. The next person I would put on my list is Jason Mantzoukas. I love the podcast How Did This Get Made? I think he's a wonderful human being. I think he's hilarious. I think he's very respectful. He seems like a pretty resourceful person. I don't know if we were up against a bear. Surely he knows bear survival. I feel like I would feel pretty safe with Jason Mantzoukas. The next man on this list is Winston from New Girl. Winston is a delightful weirdo. He is obsessed with his cat. There's nothing better than a man that loves his cat. My only concern with being in the woods alone with Winston is that he would somehow find a way to prank me, because he does love a good prank. I feel like both of us might be equally lost in the woods, but, we'd figure it out. The next person on my list is Brendan Fraser from George of the Jungle specifically. And no, it's not just because I think he's incredibly attractive in that one scene where he's kind of like running around the horses and all the women are like, oh, wow, he's wonderful. I think he is a very nice person. He obviously knows how to survive the jungle. How different can the woods really be? I think he would help me. He would protect me. And no, again, it's not because of that one scene where he's dancing with those horses in the field. Moving on. An equally attractive person that I also think is a wonderful man is Pedro Pascal, just himself. He just seems like a super sweet guy. He seems like a wonderful person to have a conversation with. I think he would keep you entertained in the woods. He would know his way around the woods. I think maybe I'm only getting that from watching The Last of Us. I think he would make it just an enjoyable experience because he just seems like such a sweetie. The next person on this list, hear me out, is Chewbacca from Star Wars. He's basically a giant bear himself, so it's kind of like not choosing one bear for another bear, but Chewie, come on. He's gigantic. He could protect you from anything. The only downside to choosing Chewbacca is that one time that he kind of got everyone caught up in that trap in the woods on Endor. But you know what? I trust him. I think he could figure it out. And I would just follow him around and be like, yep, I'm with this giant space bear. I think I'm safe. Additionally, I would feel completely safe with Matthew Lillard. He is not a space bear. He is a normal human being. I have met Matthew Lillard multiple times now at various conventions, and I think he's just such a nice person. Seems like he has a lot of good stories to tell. He's super funny. I would love to hear all of the behind-the-scenes stuff about, like, what happened on Scooby-Doo? What happened on Scream? That would be super fun to walk through the woods with him and just kind of pick his brain. Another fictional character I would choose would be David from Schitt's Creek. Now, David, he probably would not want to be in that woods as much as I wouldn't want to be in that woods. Too much dirt, too much nature. I don't know. Probably not his thing. It's not my thing either. His disgust for the nature around us would motivate him to figure out, where are we? How do we get out of here? I love David. I think he's so funny. I would love to be his friend in real life, but I would be incredibly afraid that he would just read me the whole time. So I'm sure he would have a lot of criticism for me, but I would gladly take it because I love David. Another person I would feel completely safe in the woods with would be Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling seems like the sweetest man alive. He is Ken. He is everything. He's like an incredible husband, incredible dad. I would love to hang out with him, and I feel like he would have enough knowledge to get us out of the woods. I would ask him to sing. I think it would be a lovely time. The next duo I would like to introduce would be Brian and Brian, aka Trixie and Katya. Now, yes, they are drag queens. Yes, they would want absolutely nothing to do with me in those woods, and I would love it. They are my favorite drag queens. I would highly enjoy spending a miserable time in the woods with them. I don't think either one of them would be too happy, though I think Katya would be the best person to be in the woods with out of any drag queen I can imagine. She seems like she knows her way around. She knows how to fight. I feel like if we came across a bear, she would fight the bear, no questions asked. That's why I think Trixie and Katya would be a great dynamic duo to be stuck in the woods with. The next person is Fez from Euphoria. I love Angus Cloud. I was so sad when he passed away. I think Fez is such an interesting character on Euphoria. He just seems like the biggest sweetheart. And he has such a good head on his shoulders. I don't care that he's a drug dealer. I would trust him with my life there in the woods. Now, would he be too high to notice that we were in the woods? And if we come across a bear, would he be too high to understand, oh, that's a bear? Possibly. But I love Fez, and I would take that risk. The next person on my list is Peter Parker, specifically the Tom Holland version. I think Peter Parker is such a sweet person. He's such a nice guy, just an upstanding citizen. I feel like all he cares about is helping people and doing the right thing. I think he could definitely figure out how to get us out of those woods. He'd probably just I don't know, shoot some webs up to the top of a tree and just be like, hey, it's that way out. And then I'd be like, cool, I can't fly, nor I'll just walk. See ya. I don't know. Yeah, I would just feel completely okay with him. The next person I've chosen, Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows. Guillermo comes across as nice soft guy who would just enjoy a nice sweater and a cup of tea, but Guillermo kicks ass. I like Guillermo. I think he could figure out where we were in that woods. I think he could fight whatever came across. I love Guillermo. I would trust him with my life. Another fictional character would be Hagrid from Harry Potter. Hagrid is basically the size of a giant bear. He's a little clumsy, but I think he'd be a great addition to being lost in the woods, because he could pretty much protect me from any animal, although there's a chance that he would try to befriend some sort of wild animal while we're there, and then it could go wrong. I don't know. But I love Hagrid. I think he's a safe person, and I would definitely trust him with my life. A non-fictional person, Keanu Reeves. I think he is a lovely individual. I would love to be lost in the woods with him. I think he would have so much wisdom to impart. I feel like I would just be a sponge trying to soak up all the awesomeness that he would impart on me while we're just walking through the woods. I don't think he'd be stressed that we were lost in the woods at all. He just seems like so chill. And I feel like he's so chill that he would probably know where we were in the woods. I don't think he is ever lost. I think he just knows where he is and who he is at all times. And this is probably the number one celebrity I would choose to be alone in the woods with. Robert Irwin. This kid seems like such a wonderful person. He seems like the nicest person that's ever lived. He just seems like a carbon copy of his father, Steve Irwin. Oh my gosh, this guy just seems so sweet. And he knows everything about every animal. So if we came across a bear or something else in the woods, he would know for sure how to get away or befriend it or whatever. I feel like he probably has great survival skills. He just seems like a ray of sunshine. I'd love to get to know him and hear stories about his family and the zoo. That would be so nice. I think Robert Irwin would be a perfect person to be stuck in the woods with. Well, there you have it. That's my random list of men that I would feel more safe with alone in the woods than a bear. I would love to hear your list, so please feel free to comment below and tell me which men you think would be a-okay to be lost in the woods with. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you so much. Have a great day.